Hi everyone, this is Akash and I'll show you today how to enable deduplication and compression on your QNAP. I'll also show you how to test whether this saves you any space or not. So to do that, first you have to ensure that you are running QTS 0. That's the only OS that runs on ZFS, so it will not work on QTS. You also need to have enough RAM. Once you do that, you can go to your storage manager and look at your data set, or rather the shared folder, and just toggle compression and deduplication. To test it, what I've done is I've created a CSV file around 8.85 MB in size with a lot of repeating data. So compression can work very well on this and can compress it many folds. I've copied this file and now I will log into PuTTY. I have logged into the Tempex folder, and if I look at the size of the file, it will be 8.9 MB as expected. And when I look at the size that it takes on the disk, it's only taking 2 MB, right? So this means that your compression is working. It's an 8.9 MB file, which is compressed to 2 MB only. After compression comes deduplication, and in between comes compaction. So just very briefly, I'll touch upon this. First, as I said, file compression happens, which is within the file. So if you have a file that has got a lot of repeating data, then when you're saving it, QNAP will eliminate that repeating data and compress your file. After that, compaction happens, which is just the consolidation of multiple unfilled blocks. So if you have large block size and you have smaller files, typically smaller than the block size, or many files which are not the multiple of the block size, then you'll have many blocks which will be partially filled. Compaction will fill those blocks up. There is no toggle for compaction. And finally, deduplication works. Deduplication is block based, which means that within the data set or within the shared folder, if you have any two files which are identical or which have got similar blocks, then those similar blocks will only be saved once. So to test it, what we can do is we can make a copy of our CSV temp file. And then look at the disk size. All right. So this is something interesting. You see, the CSV file was 8.9 MB, which was compressed to 2 MB. And when I made a copy of that file, the copy is only taking 5 and 2 bytes, which is my actual block size. Because this is actually just a pointer to CSV temp file, right? So compression is working, deduplication is working, and they are both saving you space. Now, one thing I would like you to remember is that compression will only work if your file is compressible, right? So if you try to save a zip file or a RAR file, then your compression will not work. It will work, but it will not show you any significant saving in your data storage. Compaction always works, doesn't have any toggle at all. Inline deduplication will work only if you have enough RAM. If your dedupe table is large and cannot fit into the RAM, then also it will stop. Good news is that you don't have to do anything. You can just enable your compression and deduplication, and QNAP will continue to do it without affecting any performance. If it needs to put the performance elsewhere, then it will stop deduplication automatically and make sure that your system performs the way it's supposed to perform. So that's all. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section, and I will answer them as soon as I can. Thank you.